My goodness, are these videos coming to me quickly. Organic portal, spiritless humans, brain, intelligence versus smarts. So, let's start it like this. There was once a scientist in a wheelchair, and because he had all day to think about stuff, he joined the very large with the very small, called, I'm sure you already know who I'm going to talk about, Stephen Hawking. I saw a quote from him a few years ago, and he said that intelligence is adaptability. And I lost my SHIT. No, I lost it. I went, no, moron. You know, to say that one word is another and synonymize everything is not what we want to do. That would be along the lines of Newspeak from, yes, George Orwellian type thinking. And we don't want to dumb everything down like that. Have I spelt intelligence properly? Intelligence. I'm not even sure. Anyway. So we don't want to dumb everything down. Sorry, I do these videos very quickly, so if I've got a spelling mistake anywhere, forgive me. But anyway, his quote, Stephen Hawking's quote was, intelligence is the ability to adapt, or adaptability, and I went, straight away I realised, whoa, that sounds ridiculous, because adaptability is adaptability, and intelligence, another word, describes another thing called intelligence. I'm sure they have a lot of crossover, but they're not the exact same thing. So I thought the quote was a bit silly and glib-brained of him. And I don't know. I don't think I want to comment. Is he a spiritless human, or is he an organic portal or not? Because I'm sure he has a lot of fans, and I can't quite tell. It does appear that he has some dark tones and seems to be a bit of a stooge for the Matrix, so I'm leaning towards he might be an organic portal. I'd have to sit down with him, I'd have to investigate it, or I'd have to become very intelligent about it. So what was wrong with his quote? Well, saying intelligence is adaptability is wrong, because I think I think adaptability is adaptability. The ability to adapt. Yeah, that's not necessarily an intelligent mechanism. It can be a smart mechanism, and we're going to go into that in a second, what smarts is. So, adaptability is not intelligence, because intelligence is insidence, looking into something. Intelligence is the ability to see into something and understand it. That's my definition. I don't think you're going to find it anywhere. I'll say it again. Intelligence is the ability to look into something, anything, and understand it. That's intelligence. Now what's smarts? Because I've got intelligence versus smarts here in the video title. Smarts is surface stuff. It's like how Veil of Reality article on organic portals by Bernard Gunther. It breaks down in the end of the article, organic portals make good scientists. I didn't write it, he did, but I have to agree with what he said there, and I'll tell you now, because intelligence is the ability to look into something and understand, but smarts, have you ever heard the saying, that guy has a lot of book smarts? Well, I just spent 8 years at university, I'm programmed code, I did business subjects, I can do algebra, I'm sure I could do trigonometry if I had to. I'm sure I can become an engineer, and programming is the most difficult thing I've ever done, because you have to get every spelling mistake right, otherwise the computer program won't compile, so you don't even get it running. That's why, and therefore, in my opinion, IT is the hardest thing to study. Plus, it trumps all industries, and IT is now going to be the core of all industries. So maybe I'm onto something with, saying that it's the hardest thing to study. try it before you say I'm wrong. Because I'll go back and say it again. To compile a computer program, you have to type everything perfectly, otherwise it can't understand, because it's not intelligent at all. The computer program doesn't have any AI in it yet, or artificial intelligence, yeah, the capability of understanding, and it's only a smart program. You know, there's some smart parts about the program where it predicts what you want to type in, you know, in Visual Basics language, and there's a few languages that are quite smart programming languages. But it doesn't make them intelligent, and it's definitely not like that. That's why you have to type everything perfectly for it to compile. Anyway, so intelligence versus smarts. Intelligence is the ability to look into things and understand, whereas smarts is just, in my opinion, sense-stored electrical waves, surface stuff. I've said this before. I'm taking it from Walter Russell's quote that sense-stored electrical waves are not necessarily conscious of themselves. That's what he said. I agree. Smarts, and then, you know, to recycle back over what I said about the Organic Portals article by veilofreality.com or .net, whatever it is, by Bernard Gunther, and how it breaks down in the article that, you know, organic portals make very good scientists. I can't remember word for word what it says, and it's been years since I read that article, but I think it was basically saying what I'm trying to say here, that smarts is just surface information. It's like anybody can go read a book and remember it. That's what smarts is. You've heard the saying before that that guy has a lot of book smarts, but he's not necessarily streetwise or street intelligent. You've heard this, I'm sure everybody's heard that before. So there's a good example. So intelligence is not smarts, and in my opinion, smarts is very related to book smarts and surface style information, not necessarily psychically seeing into things, definitely not, or telepathy or any of that stuff. And it's funny that the same people who are, you know, these smart sort of people, they often seem to me, if not all the time, not all the time obviously, but very often they seem to be organic portal type people, very culturally bound people. They adhere to, you know, the rules and regulations more, so on and so forth. They're very matrix-based beings. They're just like that, you know, that's their manner of living and being. So in my opinion, intelligence is not the same as being smart, and I know a lot of people want to know the difference, and so I thought I'd make a video because it just came to mind before. So I'm just freestyling this off the top of my head, as usual, and I think that's more intelligent than if I was to recite to you a verse out of a book, no? Is this not more intelligent of me to be able to freestyle, free flow, than to be able to rehearse and recite some book or something? Because anybody can do that, and it doesn't take intelligence. It's outright copying. It's just learning to read. Most of us can read, you know. So I think it's more intelligent that you can like free flow like this than, for instance, if I was to recite something out of a book for you right now. So yeah, that's, in my opinion, the difference between intelligence and smarts. Really, intelligence is seemingly the understanding ability, and not just that, but the ability to even look into something, and not necessarily triangulate all of the past knowledge that you've gained from reading books and stuff, but to just be able to naturally see into something and instantaneously understand it. That's intelligence. Intel agency, the ability to look into something, is really my core definition of intelligence. And smarts to me seems much more of a reciting, rehearsal, remembering at a brain cranial level some stuff, you know. Alright, so I just wanted to make that into a video. Benjamin Kalberg, www.consciousazine.net. consciousazine.com Chronicles.
So take a deep breath and allow the muscles in your body to relax, as if you're lying upon a cloud and dissolving into it. Breathe slowly and intentionally through your heart. With each breath, you relax deeper and deeper as your body becomes lighter, dissolving into the cloud. As you inhale, begin to feel the rhythm of your heart as the life force is drawn into it, and then softly exhale. Now visualize a large circle of bright lavender flames about 33 feet beneath you. They are so beautiful as they begin to rise higher and higher. And as they draw closer, you notice that each flame is edged with a beautiful golden light, like sunlight on water. The flames grow larger still until they surround and engulf you and rise swiftly the same distance above your body as they were below your body. The sensation is like a cool breeze as the flames dance around and through you, and you feel lighter as the flames dissolve and consume the chatter in your head and the static energy of the day. As the static is dissolved, you see a brilliant white light emanating from your heart that expands and expands out into every cell of your body. Begin to feel the pulsating rhythm of your heart. and feel the sensations in your fingers and toes, your legs and torso, and now your head. You realize the light has awakened every cell in your body, and you are open, receptive, alert, and focused.